Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ava's secret snooping, Johnny's surprise gift, Paulina's counter-reaction. Days of Our Lives, DOOL, spoilers for Monday, April 22nd, reveal that Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, will have a romantic surprise for Chanel DiMera, Raven Bowens, since their honeymoon was similar a catastrophe. Maybe Johnny will canonize on Chanel as her ankle heals and reveal plans for an unborn trip to Italy or another destination she'll love. Meanwhile, Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, will get an earful for her decision to sneak out of the sanitarium for Chanel's deliverance. Day spoilers say both Kayla Johnson, Mary Beth Evans, and Abe Carver, James Reynolds, will scold Paulina over her parlous conduct. Paulina commandeered a snowplow as part of her charge, so that clearly brought some peril. Still, Paulina also caused some peril for other people since she was supposed to remain insulated due to the radiation she was giving off. Although Paulina will get some lectures, Abe and Kayla will understand her desire to help Chanel and may cut her a break in the end. Other day spoilers say Kate Roberts Brady, Lauren Koslow, will fret over Lucas Horton, Brian DiTillo, since he's still stuck at the friary. DOOL suckers can anticipate Kate to cloud and open up to Roman Brady, Josh Taylor, about her desire to get Lucas vindicated ASAP. At the bistro, Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, will serve as the lookout while Ava Vitale, Tamara Braun, rummages around for the Black Book. Gil Carter, Davids Lee, left before. Since Ava isn't sure where Gil hid it, she'll have her work cut out for her when it comes to locating that Black Book and trying to get it to Clyde Weston, James Reed. Unfortunately, Ava will come up empty on Monday's day's occasion. Since Ava quit and isn't supposed to be at the bistro presently, Harris might eventually advise her that someone's incoming and whisk her out of there. That could cut the hunt short, but Ava and Harris wouldn't give up on shadowing that Black Book down. Our prognostications allude that it could serve as a pivotal part of the trap Harris is planning for Clyde, so stick with us for updates on the trouble ahead. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Ava and Harris could beget terrible news for Clyde in the coming weeks. Paulina's mistake, Ava's assistant, Lucas cry for help. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Monday, April 22nd indicate that Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, may have saved her son's life, but she clearly put a lot of other people in peril as well. Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, will go against his job to help Ava Vitale, Tamara Braun. Lucas Horton, Brian DiTillo, needs Kate Brady, Lauren Koslow, to speed up his release. Paulina Price is in the hot seat. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Paulina knew that she was supposed to stay in insulation until her radiation situations came down. Still, when Paulina learned that her son was missing, she threw caution to the wind and rushed out to save her. Unfortunately, Paulina exposed everyone that she came in contact with to the radiation. Paulina put everyone in peril of radiation sickness because of her action, and Abe Carver, James Reynolds, as well as Kayla Brady, Mary Beth Evans, aren't happy with her at all. What will be if someone gets sick because of their run-in with Paulina? Suppose Chanel finds out she's pregnant after being exposed. Could Paulina ever forgive herself? DOOL spoilers. Harris Michaels crosses the line again. Harris has been to Bayview and counseling, all the while trying to prove what a good upstanding citizen he is. Harris indeed came a Bobby. To try to make effects more in Salem and to right some of the wrong he did while under someone differently's control. Harris eventually won up most people over to his side. Now that Harris is dating Ava, he has clearly stepped over the line many times. Harris indeed withheld substantiation from the police department to clear Ava's name. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Paulina's mistake, Ava's assistant, Lucas cry for help. Now Clyde Weston, James Reed, has one further demand of Ava, and Harris is going to help her break into the bistro and set Clyde up with his little Black Book. Will this work out as Harris hopes? Days of Our Lives spoilers. Lucas Horton needs his mommy. Harris orchestrated a deal where Lucas would get out of captivity if he were to catch on Clyde and help to end this medicine ring. Unfortunately, Lucas was set up out and nearly killed for his sweats. Now that Lucas is out of captivity and in defensive guardianship, he wants to be released into the real world. Lucas was happy hanging out with Harris above the Brady pub. As a matter of fact, Lucas nearly got himself killed after talking to the press without authorization. Now Lucas is worried because hiding out with the monks is too boring for Lucas' taste. Lucas wants his mammy to make someone follow through on this deal. Will that work since Clyde is on the loose? Paulina's radiation exposure affects son's family plans? Days of Our Lives, DOOL, spoilers reveal that Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, lately came to Chanel DeMarais, Raven Bowen's, deliverance in the snowstorm near the cabin. Chanel was trapped in a rocky area with a sprained ankle, so she was scarifying until Paulina saved the day. Still, there are enterprises since Paulina was supposed to be in insulation due to her radioactive iodine remedy. Paulina was particularly close to Chanel since she had to help her son limp back inside the house. Days observers know Johnny DeMara, Carson Boatman, and Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, were also exposed, so there may be consequences for them, too. It felt rather portentous when Julie hoped that Paulina hadn't done further detriment than good with her heroics. There must be a point to having a radioactive Paulina come part of this day's plot. Still, also what was the point of having Paulina expose them all to radiation? If there are no complications of any kind. We want to concentrate on Chanel for a moment since she was the closest to Paulina and is the person maybe most likely to be affected. There's a reason why Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams, asked Paulina if she was pregnant before her radioactive iodine remedy. Paulina got a good laugh out of that, but it was a needed question since radiation could clearly affect any future babies. Still, her gestation could end in heartache now that Paulina has exposed her, if Chanel formerly has Johnny's bun in the roaster. Of course, radiation can lead to fertility problems as well, so perhaps that's where DOOL is going with all this. Paulina will feel horrible if her impulsive decision to deliver Chanel eventually affects her son's family plans with Johnny. What if this story builds to Chanel and Johnny floundering to conceive? Chanel surely demanded help, but Paulina may wish she called for backup and kept her distance once she set up her. Paulina adores her current grandchildren and would detest the study of missing out on further because of her own mistake. Still, she may no way forgive herself if Paulina has to watch Chanel suffer. It'll be intriguing to see if Days works this gravidity angle with Chanel, so stick with us for further prognostications and any big story updates. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Paulina's radiation drama has to be going nearly, so stay tuned for all the shocking news ahead. Gravidity struggles for Chanel after Paulina's radiation treatments? Days of Our Lives spoilers and updates tease Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, proved to be a true idol when she came to Chanel DeMarais, Raven Bowen's, aid during an unfaithful snowstorm. Chanel set up herself trapped in a rocky area near the Horton cabin with a sprained ankle, causing fear to set in. Thankfully, Paulina's timely intervention saved the day. Days of Our Lives spoilers still, questions arise as Paulina was supposed to be in insulation for her radioactive iodine remedy. She had to be veritably near, aiding her son in halting back into the house. Johnny DeMara, Carson Boatman, and Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, were also caught in the exposure, which means they might face some impacts as well. It was relatively unsettling when Julie expressed her concern that Paulina's heroic conduct might have caused further detriment than good, exposing them to radiation. It makes one wonder why the Penns decided to introduce a radioactive Paulina into the plot, with no complications. Also, what was the purpose of having Paulina expose everyone to radiation? Let's shift our attention to Chanel for a bit, as she was closest to Paulina and maybe the bone. Who's impacted the most? DOOL spoilers, could there be a little sweet bit bun in the roaster? Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams, had a valid reason for inquiring about Paulina's gestation status before her radioactive iodine remedy, although Paulina got a good laugh out of it. It was a necessary palladium due to the implicit pitfalls radiation poses to future babies. Were there a little sweet bit bun in Chanel's roaster? Days of Our Lives spoilers infertility struggles for Chanel after Paulina's radiation treatments?